Hi, Amanda. Just want to get your impressions on the first few days of training camp, especially since this was supposed to be your day of beginning competition. And then also, after that, could you kind of walk me through when you knew that your place in the league was just going to be, not just going to be, but when you knew your place in the league was going to include being a person who shot a lot of three-pointers?
Well, first thing, good morning, good afternoon.
Mark.
So I think the first couple of days of camp been amazing. I really enjoy the energy and the vibes that we have going on right now. It's just great. Like I go home after each practice, and I'm very happy to be here. Very fortunate and blessed. Great humans, great basketball players that always bring the energy, and I'm just having so much fun. And then to your second question, when I knew I was going to be a shooter, it was probably in Tulsa with Coach Fred. We had so many bigs in Tulsa 2015, and we were just trying different ways to get me to fit the system. He wanted me to work on the three, like the three position, that turned into just, being a great pick and pop shooter, transition 3-point shooter as a big player. So yeah.
We'll go over to Zane Hill with the Glendale News Press.
Good morning, Amanda. How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm great. I know we're still in the first week of training camp, but I'm curious as to what your first impression is of the new training facility for the Sparks.
Can you repeat that question again for me, please?
I'm curious as to your first impression of the Sparks' new training facility at Academy USA.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. We got a lot of room. We got option to lift, like right next to the court. It's great.
We'll go over to Erica Ayala with the Athletic.
Hey Zahui, Erica here in New York. Good to see
Sup,
you.
girl?
Yeah, I'm here holding it down. But I wanted to ask you, I have two quick questions for you. One, I got to speak with Coach Williams a little bit yesterday, and he told me y'all had a nice reunion. You even got the photog to make sure to capture it. Can you talk a little bit about being back with the coach that drafted you into the league? And then the other question, and you alluded to this a little bit, but I know that you have really wanted to focus on some things in LA, and that Derek Fisher and the coaching staff have challenged you to do a few things. You wanted to work on some footwork. Just wanted to get an update on where you're at with your personal goals so far.
Yeah, so, being back with Coach Fred is amazing. When I did leave the team in 2016, I was really sad to no longer be around him. But we have always had a great relationship through my rookie year until this day. So when I saw him, I just had to give him like a big fat hug, because he's just an amazing person, right? Like there's not a single person that can say anything bad about Coach Fred. So being back with him on the court, it feels great. I know I can trust him. He trusts me, and we have great conversations. Not only about what I need to do on the court and how I need to adjust, but also about life. And then, like we talked about, everyone knows that I can shoot from the outside. So just working on being more effective when I catch the ball and not just settling for the three, but be aggressive, take pull-ups, go all the way to the rim, and then working on footwork in order to guard all kind of players. Our league is so great. The players are getting better for every second that passing us by. So you need to always get better and focus on stopping the next person. And it varies, but if I have that ability to play multiple positions, that's gonna help my team in the long run and myself.
Thank you. Erica, did you have one more for your story? You can go ahead and get one more.
Always love talking to Zahui. So another thing, Zahui, that I'd love to ask is, as you look at where you're at in your WNBA career, I'm just curious, when you reflect on the journey, what stands out to you the most?
That I'm still in the W. If you would have asked me after my rookie campaign if I would still be in the W 6 years later, I would have said no. And I've really stuck to it. I have some amazing people around me that keep me pushing, to make sure that my head is in the right place, and I keep following my dream. And it's still unbelievable that I'm going on my 7th year, but it's such a blessing, and to be around people like I am around now, and then everyone that I've had from day one in Tulsa. I am so grateful for this journey. Yeah, I'm extremely blessed. Like it's kind of unreal. I think I tell myself at least like 3 days or 3 times a day, like, yo, like we going on our 7th, you know? So I'm very fortunate and blessed.
2 more questions for Amanda. We'll go to Rashawn Haylock with Spectrum Sportsnet and KTLA.
Hey, Amanda.
Hi.
Can you expand on that a little bit? Why didn't you think it would work out after your rookie year, and how have you been able to make it to this point?
Yeah, I mean, I got drafted 2nd overall. I had so much pressure on myself, in producing and being someone on the court. And it's hard. This is the hardest league to play in, to keep your job. And I wasn't at all satisfied with what is the word? Prestige. I wasn't satisfied with how I played my rookie year. There's a word for it that I can't think of. But I love the game of basketball. I want to play on the highest level. I want to play against the best every single day. So I stuck to it, and I worked hard, and I asked a million questions, and I still do. And I'm a gym rat. I'm in here all the time, and that's what helped me.
Last question for Amanda. We'll go to Miriam Swanson with the LA Daily News.
Hi, Amanda. Hope you're well. Thank you so much for sharing all your insight. I wanted to ask you about the documentary that Shanae worked on, the 144, and what you know about it, and what you might have known about it while you were in the bubble, and the camera crews were hanging around.
Yeah, no, I had no idea that they were doing a documentary when we were in the bubble. So, I mean, there was cameras all over the place all the time, whether it was from the W or from individual teams. I just know that she has put down her heart and soul into this documentary, and I am so excited. Like we talked about it the other day, I'm so excited to watch it. You know, and just share our story, right? Shane told me it's very raw. It's literally going to show who we are and what we do on a daily basis. And I think it's a perfect time for the world to see who we really are. So I'm super excited, and I'm so proud of my sister for doing this, because it needs to be done.
Sorry, well, one more, because Charles Holman has a specific question for you.
Happy belated birthday!
Hey, thank you, man. How you doing?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Everybody seems to take my questions, so I'm hoping that the question I will ask won't be taken. If you can reflect back on being the first black player from the University of Minnesota to be drafted so high, and as part of the 25th anniversary of the WNBA, have you reflected back on just that prestigious honor that you have?
Wow, I never thought about that. I just knew that I got drafted 2nd from Minnesota. But my life is filled with all of these blessings. That I'm just so fortunate to live the life that I do. From being, a black woman from Sweden to be the only Swedish player in the WNBA. I'm just so fortunate and blessed, and I can't thank God enough for putting me on this road, on this journey.
Hey, Erica.
Hey, how you doing, Shad?
Doing all right. How would you describe this time, sort of away from the game, and things that you wanted to improve on that we're going to see from you this year that we hadn't seen before?
First off, I want to just thank everybody that's on this call. Appreciate you supporting the women's game and pushing our story. So I definitely appreciate you guys. To answer your question, for me, just to stay consistent, stay within myself, bring energy. You know, we all basketball players. We all here for a reason. So just to stay consistent. You know, I didn't play last year, so for me, you know, people probably forgot about me a little bit. So I just want to stay consistent and just do my job.
We'll go over to Charles Holman.
Hello, Erica. Good afternoon.
How you doing, Charles?
I'm doing fine. Just in terms of your thoughts about just the league itself, being a part of it. It's going on 25th year, and you haven't been in that long, but you are part of it, and you made some history as well. Just like to talk about your reflection on just being a part of the league that some people thought wouldn't last a year or two.
I think it's amazing, man, to be, you know, going on 30 and the lead is, you know, it started when I was 5 years old when I had no idea. So for it to keep growing and growing for the youth that, you know, that look up to us as role models, I think it's amazing, man. And to think about the lead from 25 years from now to make it the 50th year, I think that's what I want to be around, to be able to see. Yeah, we at 25 and it's amazing. You know, even with the CBA changing, a lot of rules changing, I think that's super great. But I want to be able to see it at 50 years. And I think we'll continue to do that because we're women, we're going to use our voice. I think it's going to continue to grow.
We'll go over to Miriam Swanson with the LA Daily News.
Hey, Erica.
How you doing?
Thank you. I'm good. Thank you, girl, for helping us out. I wanted to ask about the billboard. Where's that at? How'd that come to be, and how's that feel?
Man, I'll tell you this, I've never in a million years thought I'd be on a billboard, for one, in LA, and then that size. That's definitely one of the biggest in LA. So to be able to do that, to be undrafted, to be a player that works for everything and they would get rewarded with something like that, super amazing. Give all glory to God, you know, and to my mother who's watching over me. So super, super proud moment for me, super, you know, shocking moment for me. I know you guys saw the video, and the video explained it, like exactly what I said, like that's me, you know. So super happy about that. I think it's on the 405 expressway, if I'm not mistaken. You know, like it's kind of by the airport, you know. All I'll say is when you ride by and you see it, don't swerve or get into a car accident, because a couple of people, you know, tell me, oh man, I've seen this big billboard of you, I almost swerved. Like, yo, I'd rather you pull over and see it versus swerve, you know?
Right on.
Miriam, you got one more about the billboard, or you're good?
No, that's good. Thanks, perfect. Thanks, congrats,
I need
Erica.
to tell the world about that. We'll go to John W. Davis with Windsider.
Hi, Eric. How's it going?
How you doing, John? I'm good, man.
I'm doing well. Is there anything that can happen in your career that will make you feel like you're not that undrafted player?
Become a champion. I don't know what that's like. I mean, I don't even know what it's like to get past the first round of the playoffs. My first year, we played Phoenix, and Phoenix knocked us out. I think that was the first year. What year was that? 2016 or 15 when they made that rule, that first round elimination. Phoenix knocked us out by 2. So I don't know what it's like to feel playoffs or championships. So I think that would kind of solidify me as, you know, kind of throw the whole undrafted thing out the way. It's like, just at this point, just respect me.
For 2 more, we'll go to Sylvia Guevara with Just Women's Sports.
Hello, Erica. How are you?
How you doing, Celia?
And we'll never forget you, by the way.
Thank you.
Piggybacking on the billboard, had any of your campers reach out to you, like how proud they are of you to see you on a big billboard in LA?
So many people, especially my campers. My campers is like, I wish I can get on the flight and go to the billboard so I can take pictures. Of course they can't, you know, and a couple of people, younger, you know, just the youth that just look up to my story, just been reaching out. Everybody all over the world just been reaching out. I think when it made TMZ Sports, that's when it kind of blew up a little bit more. A lot of people reached out to me and just like, I want to be like you. And in my mind, like, I know you guys want to be like me, but these shoes are very heavy to fill. You know, I wouldn't want anybody to take my route, but just to show them that, you know, sometimes it do get hard and you keep pushing. That's the message I want to keep pushing, that don't ever give up, because you just never know what's on the other side if you keep pushing. And I could have gave up so many times, but I kept pushing. And, you know, and God, by the grace of God, He keep blessing me and giving me rewards that I can't even, like, it's not even on my goal list. Like, I've never had a goal to say, hey, I want to be on one of the biggest billboards in the world. But it's happening because I'm putting in the work.